Manawatu sheep, beef and cropping farmers Kerwin and Maria Hare won the 2013 Supreme Award in the Horizons Ballance Farm Environment Awards. The judges noted that the Hares showed an impressively balanced approach to their farm management, including careful water management and use of outside knowledge.
We're an intensive sheep and dairy heifer grazing property. We lease out land for potatoes at times. We haven't, not at the moment. It's part of our regrassing policy. And we've done barley and we do regular winter cropping. The property is 275 hectares, of which we farm just over 200, so about a quarter of the farm is retired. We're running 1,000 ewes and 350 ewe hoggets, which are run with the ram, 15 rams, and we're also grazing around 200 dairy heifers. Dairy heifers give us a balance of income right through the year, and we're sort of getting the best of both worlds. We're highly reliant on meat income, and the dairy heifer grazing sort of underpins the whole thing, really. Climate is a real weakness for us. Because of where we are topographically, we're on the peak of a watershed. A third of the farm's Manawatu catchment, 2/3 Rangitikei. So there's a ridge line heading straight out. So therefore we have shallow gullies. Sustainable Land Use Initiative was a scheme that Horizons came up with in answer to the 2004 flood event, which hit the Rangitikei and Upper Manawatu catchment savagely in 2004. The main thing that we got out of it was the identification of the erosion-prone areas, and those critical areas we do get assistance for in fencing, any plantings, that sort of thing. The other main thing that we got out of it was a very detailed soil map of the whole farm. We were having an exploratory draft of our lambs. About 50% out of the single lambs will be fit to go, giving us a 41 kilogram average live weight, which should give us a kill out around 19 kilograms. For a 90 to 95 day old lamb, that's pretty good going, really. The genetics of the sheep are a Kelso Ranger cross. They're coming from a Kelso maternal base. We have a supply agreement with Taylor Preston, and we use an independent buyer who comes and selects the sheep for us. We're guaranteed placement for our stock, and we have placement for our cull ewes as well. We get a 10 cents a kilogram procurement bonus, plus another 5 cents at the end of the season. We're contracted through a grazing company to run heifers from May to May. So they're coming on at around about 230 kilograms, and we aim to put on in the vicinity of 260 kilograms. We have minimum target weights that we must achieve, and we are expected to provide extra feed if necessary to get them up to those weights.
This is our total farm water supply as it is at the moment. We don't have any springs on this property after years of exploring. There's a feeder gully here into this very old original dam, and we've chosen to build another dam here. It's not overly massive, but it's deep, and it's very clean water. The top one acts as a silt trap for it. Several years ago, with the droughts, we were finding with the uptake from the cattle on the water, the little pump and the windmill just weren't coping, and we were having to come several times a day and refill, and that's a big tie and a worry. So a few years ago we explored the options and we decided to go with solar panels, and that's made a huge difference. We've got a submersible pump in the middle of the main dam, and it pumps from those panels, which are a very simple system, just basically on and off. But it takes it to the highest point of our farm, just up on the end of the airstrip. And if it's sunny, it fills it up. But we did incorporate a reticulation system so that once it's full, it will reticulate back through the alkatine and down to the dam, so we try not to waste any, since that's all we've got. As part of the Sustainable Land Use program, we were learning about keeping things out of water, and we've planted with the natives. It will be for the birds. You know, we're looking to make this place better as we go, and with some of the seeps we've planted out with trees, we're looking in the future to back plant them with natives. At the moment we're planting them with poplar poles in a staggered pattern, but we thought with natives we've got a chance just to do a straight bit, and we think would look really neat and encourage a bit of the bird life. There's enough trouble at the moment with the bees. If we can incorporate the birds together and have something to feed them on, it would be really wonderful.
We are standing in front of the third of the farm that drains into the Manawatu River catchment. The Kiwatea stream is down to our left, which was one of the areas that did significant damage in the 2004 flood. As part of the Sluey scheme, we got assistance in ring fencing the scrub, and we also covenanted it all with the QE2 Trust. There are 35 hectares, I think, that have been put in covenant, and there's a further 4.5 hectares in the far corner of the paddock, which we have planted in a mix of Eucalyptus fastigata and Eucalyptus nitens as a carbon sink. Well, that was the thinking at the time of planting. We'll see whether that stays. Carbon credits aren't worth an awful lot at the moment.
This program was made with funding from New Zealand On Air.